And the speech title is Our National Archives. Our National Archives. Toastmaster Robert Kimani, over to you.
The inauguration of our third president, Mwai Kibaki, will forever be etched in the memory of Kenyans. He, by being elected the third president of Kenya, brought to an end 24 years of one-party rule. The ceremony was euphoric. The optimism in the air was palatable. I captured that in this blurry picture as we sang jubilantly, Yote yawezekana bila. See, pictures store memories. And just like me, governments also store memories. They do so in archives. The International Council of Archivists describes archives as a documentary byproduct of human activity stored for its future value. The organization charged with this duty is the Kenya National Archives and Documentary Services, based in Nairobi. You may ask, but what is the value of having a national archive? I consulted the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO's website. And in there, I found an article, a publication, written by James Rhodes, entitled The Role of Archives and Documentation in Countries' Information System, the RAM study. In it, he identified a plethora of benefits of keeping records in governments. For one, archiving is the collective memory of government. I will identify 3 of those values of that importance that he highlighted. The first is planning. By maintaining records and archives, the government has quick access to its records of past performances. These may be both good and may be bad. In our Kenyan example, Kenya has had a successful record of dealing with vaccinations. In my thinking, that knowledge is what they are using now to plan for the rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine. Another importance of keeping an archive is it helps with security and diplomacy. By maintaining a permanent record of its rights and obligations to other nations and to the international community, a country like Kenya is able to protect its sovereignty. Right now, Kenya is faced with a diplomatic spat with our neighbors, Somalia. This to do with the demarcation of the international maritime borders. In its defense, Kenya will use past treaties and past demarcations to help build its case to the International Commission of Jurists on its case to maintain its borders as is. The third, and I think for Kenyans, common Kenyans like me, is it promotes national cohesion. An archive is a conglomeration of a community's collective experience. In our case in Kenya, our collective experience as Kenyans from all walks of life is characterized by 3 periods: pre-colonial, colonial, and post-colonial. It is the colonial period that brought and formed us together as a nation. Some of the documents that I have come across in the National Archives that speak to nationalism are those relating to a collective fight for independence. In that collection, I found a letter written by the former freedom fighter, Dedan Kimathi, his last words before he met the hangman's noose. Other records that came to my attention are the original transcript of the Kapenguria six court proceedings. I also encountered a collection of artifacts from across the country named the Murubi collection. Let me conclude. Archives are important to nations like Kenya because they bring together the collective memory of a country. Some of the many benefits that we have by maintaining a national archive include: one, it helps governments in their planning process, helping them become more efficient. Two, it helps a government maintain security and diplomacy with its neighbors and internationally. And three, it helps build national cohesion by bringing together the shared experiences of a nation. As I mentioned, I took this blurry picture, which I hope to submit to the Kenya Archives as my record of history. I encourage each and every one of you to take some time to go down to the National Archives and experience Kenya, experience the culture that you may not have known. For if we are not able to learn from our past, we run the risk of repeating the same mistakes. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much for that